there are mini parliaments, there are open sessions, there are all kinds of ways where people actually get their voices heard by the government or the leaders of the day. The second element that I added into the new politics, original two component is progressive political thought. I must admit, I'm still struggling in this area. All I'm saying is we need to define a good society. That a good society must have certain trust, though we don't really have to agree on all the trust, but at least there is this understanding that a good society must be based on a knowledge culture, on civilization or building of civilization, on social justice, economic equity, and what have you. I must say this is one area that our Tengku here is very much an advocate, which I read his writings, I follow his writings, though not always, I must admit, but I admire your courage in putting up the ideas. I know not many people, or some people may not agree with you, but it is a very good beginning because I must say we have never had a good debate on what a good society is in this country. We used to have dasar kebudayaan kebangsaan hotly contested, and then we just choose not to debate it after some time. And yeah, there are a number of issues that needs to be debated in the most civilized manner, and we are really lacking in terms of that. And to my mind, until and unless we allow space for that, and by allowing space, meaning if there are any archaic regulations or laws or procedures that suppress people's voice, like AUKU, like ISA, thank God it's going to be abolished. And yeah, there are many issues, but Mr. Chairman, I think I should, why do politics? It's not about politics, it's about kesejahteraan rakyat actually. Not everything is from politics and not everything is about politics. But if politics has got some good for the rakyat, then we just have to do it good. Yeah, hopefully it will end up, or the outcome will be wellness, kesejahteraan rakyat. So, thank you.
Thank you, YB Dato. Before we open to the floor, I have a question for you, Dato. You articulated the elements that you consider to be new politics. I'm wondering, as a member of the government, what your comments are on, say, the question of how committed the government is to all the elements that you mentioned in terms of new politics. Because I feel personally that it's possible to say that the government could be more reactionary, is more reactionary than necessarily proactive in actually carving out this new politics. So I wonder what your thoughts are as being a member of the government.
I'm a rookie MP. This is only my first term. So perhaps, on the one hand, I'm still not so government. But I think what is most important is we become politicians because we have a certain belief. We become a member of a political party because we think that political party can deliver. And if you aspire for that political party to deliver, I think you need to do something within the political party. integrity politics to my mind is really addressed to UMNO and Barisan Nasional, whereas the new governance is when UMNO and Barisan Nasional governs. So integrity is about individual politicians, about the party, and the new governance framework is when you act as a government. But I must say, of late, I think the Prime Minister, Dato Najib, has made some very radical, to UMNO standard and to TN standard, very radical, to abolish ISA. I still remember that night when we were in the Angkasa Puri for that Hari Malaysia speech. I was sitting beside, was not by design, but somehow the three of us sat together, myself, Gam Peng Siu and Mika Siong. Not the Three Musketeers, of course. But we happened to visit together because we share many things. We have, not that we always agree, but yeah, we share many things among us. And when Dato Najib announced that he wants to abolish ISA, we were like, wow. We thought he's going to announce the amendment to the ISA. But okay, so it was a good thing. I have never actually considered whether it is important to, I've never really thought that it is important to look whether the government is reactionary or what. To me, a government is a government. It is a political organization, so it has to do what is right. You know, when you look at the current scenario, the new realities, I think Dato Najib is responding to the new realities. Is he reacting to it? Is he responding to it? To me, it's not very important. As a Prime Minister, he just has to do it. So whether it is by design or whether it is by default. So in Parliament, when they were debating the budget, you have people on this side of the house saying, this is our idea, and you have people on the other side saying, you are copying our idea. To me, it doesn't really matter whose idea. What is most important is it is good for the rakyat. So there are times when you have to put the rakyat first and party second.
Thank you, Dato. Any questions on the floor? I imagine you just go to the mic, please, so everyone else can hear.